One.
Hi, I'm Nancy.
안녕하세요, 김입니다. I'm Kim.
And today what we're doing here is we're cooking because this is for Korean 330U for Korean pop culture, and our group project will be a video shoot of a mukbang, which is a combination of eating and broadcasting, so pretty much an eating show. We just eat and talk. So we're trying to recreate that. And you want to tell us what we're doing?
Yes,
what we're cooking?
so if you come this way, I will show you what we're cooking. So on the menu today, we have some japchae mandu, which is dumplings filled with a japchae is like rice noodles and vegetables. And we also have a budae-jjigae, which is like a Korean soup stew that has ramen noodles, tofu, basically just anything you can throw in it. We also have some rice cooking. Nancy made some jjajangmyeon, which is black bean noodles.
Delicious.
Let's see. For side dishes, we also have some kimchi, which is traditional fermented Korean cabbage, which we just bought at the store. This guy's really good. He sells it at the Saturday market. You should buy it.
And some spinach side dish. You want to be healthy.
Let's see. Oh yeah, we also have tteokbokki, which is, we just bought this at the store too, but rice cakes in spicy sauce. And do you have anything else? I think that's it.
Yeah.
I have hidden in this tiny little bag. This is Samantha, by the way. I'm also in this group, hiding behind the rather shakily handled camera. I've got some red bean buns in here. I've got some utensils. I've got a whole bunch of pork cutlet that has been breaded and will hopefully be delicious, as well as a giant jug of a refreshing traditional after meal drink. So, would y'all like to tell us a little bit more about what happens during a mukbang broadcast?
So what happens is we have people that are on it are called broadcast jockeys, BJs, and they just get really popular online. They're like kind of YouTube celebrities, let's say. And they just talk about what they're eating, and they have requests from their fans that chat on them online. And those fans give them balloons, and so in form of balloons you get like 10 cents, which is equivalent to like 10 cents. So they do get a lot of money, so because of the popularity. So, and all they do is just eat, and then they eat a whole amount of food. And usually it's like a really young woman, like in her 20s, who's like really skinny and stuff, and she eats all of this food, and just people love watching that. So that's what happens in the videos.
And while the audience is watching, what are some things that the audience is doing? Are they asking questions?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, they're at the same time that they're kind of eating and broadcasting it, like they get requests from their fans, and so they respond to them saying, sure, I can like slurp this even more, like, you know, stuff like that. Or they can do like a dance, a little jig or something, or crack a joke or something, like anything. It's really within like their personality and who they are. Some of them are conservative and just eat, but some other ones are like they're actually comedians, you know, in the making. So yeah.
Now, our project will be slightly different from a usual mukbang in that, one, there's 3 of us.
Yeah.
2, we aren't going to have a live audience of thousands of people watching us, but
Right.
we are going to eat and enjoy and talk about this trend while we eat our huge pile of food. What's another aspect of this that we will be discussing? You wanted to get into food etiquette a little bit, right?
Yeah, well, food etiquette in Korea is a little bit different. There's certain things, like in a mukbang, you might not see this as much just because it's more intimate, but it's more relaxed, less formal. But in Korean etiquette, there's certain things that you have to do, which I'll be talking a little bit in our mukbang. So things like not sticking your chopsticks in the rice, that's really like not good. Also, if you're with someone who's superior to you, you need to do things like drinking away from them. You should always like accept things with 2 hands when you're eating, things like this. So I'll be talking about that a little bit.
Does age come into it?
Yeah, for sure. Korean age is really important. And Korean age is also a little bit different, but anyway, I'll talk about that later. But yeah, anyone older than you, you have to be more respectful to. Anyone of a higher status than you have to be more respectful to. And there's varying degrees of that, but that comes in for sure.
Now, as the oldest member here, I will expect the both of you to wait to eat until I eat first, you know.
Yes.
We are also going to talk about the tools used to create this. So this isn't something that people are watching on their home TVs. This is something that people are watching on their smartphones.
Like you are right now.
Yes.
On these kind of devices, yes. And it's gaining popularity there and not like, well, it's kind of gaining more popularity on TV as well, because we see them in television programs, kind of like that. The new season of Let's Eat, season 2 is coming out, and that kind of involves food within like the TV drama format, right? But I mean, a lot of people right now, the trend in Korea is there's so many single people. So I mean, what can you do if it's a sociable, you know, thing to eat in Korea, and you have to have all of these manners and stuff like that. But you're a single person. I mean, where do you go find that other person who can kind of eat with you, right? So via, you know, online you can do that, and that's why if you just have a smartphone, I mean, in Korea, South Korea, I mean, they're a big population, and they have Samsung and LG, so they have like, and then they have the 5G going on there, you know, so they have the fastest internet around the world, and they have the best smartphones, and so why not watch eating shows, right? So.
People in Korea they replace their phones more quickly than in other countries. They've always got the best stuff. It's easy to keep the country so wired, in part because it's small and everyone lives close together.
That's true, yeah.
Now we are going to be filming our mukbang in a part of campus. Perhaps you can tell us about that.
In a basement area, well, sub-basement area. PSU TV, which is a TV channel for Portland State University. I kind of work with them, so they have the equipment for us and a space for us that we can use, which is just kind of an office space, so we'll be heading over there in a little while, so yeah, wait for us there.
A lot of traditional food broadcasts the BJs film them right out of their homes, right? So you get sort of an intimate look. You might see their bedroom behind them. One of our sources that we used was a documentary which showed one prominent broadcast jockey filming out of a little tent on the outskirts of Seoul that he's transformed for the purpose.
Interesting.
So as people gain more success and more of a following, they often invest in better equipment and they build up their spaces even more.
Yeah, and you're also getting a taste of that here. We're right now in my dorm cooking, and so we're not going to be filming here, but oh yeah, Mondays ready, yay! But you're getting a little taste of maybe the personal aspect. Welcome to my home. And I think that it's about time for us to wrap up. So you can check this out. We'll have the broadcast up. I'm not sure where, but yeah, enjoy the tasty food with us.